Duran Customs, Duran Bros Collectibles, Legends of the Squared Circle on Facebook. On Instagram, it's custom underscore wrestling underscore lucha underscore figures. Thank you all for viewing this video and being here with us today. Many blessings to you guys. We're grateful to have you. Hopefully, we could raise your vibration what we're about to share for you guys and put a smile on your face. Grateful to have you guys. Um, I got three customized figures that I want to share with you guys, and then after I got two other things that are vintage that I would like to share with you guys. So, and then I want to let you guys know, check out that portrait in the back, oil painting of Andre the Giant towering over New York City like Godzilla, because he was the Godzilla of wrestling. If you ever check out any of his old matches from the 70s and early 80s in Japan, man, he would go through that crowd with his hair all, those fans would run wild, run away from him like, man, dude, this guy was awesome. And that was created by Chaff the Creator. If you want to follow him on Instagram, check him out. He has a lot of great wrestling and other paintings, man. Pretty cool stuff. As you could see the figures that I have displayed in the back by that customized WCCW ring is the LJN ones. And then there's a Hulk Hogan there, a black carded one on top. Well, he was black carded. He's open now. So I love, that's when I started collecting the figures, was back in the days with those ones. Those were the first ones that my older brother would take us every time. He would get paid every Friday, would take us out to eat. Then we would head to the Toys R Us, and he would let me and my older brother, one of my older brothers, Chaff the Creator, pick out a wrestler each until we had our own collection. Then we went into the Remco. But prior to that, I would watch wrestling with my mom early Saturday mornings. The WWF. I remember how it would start off, and then I would remember like Andre the Giant against Mil Mascaras. Man, it was the intro was crazy, man. So it was really my mom. And then as I get into the story later, what I'm gonna show with you guys later on, some retro stuff, I'll mention it that was the first time I ever saw a wrestling ring and got to touch a wrestling ring, and then so on became a wrestling fan from that point on. But as the LGNs were created, they never created the legendary Mil Mascaras, and that's what I want to share with you today. So as I'm a customizer with the figures, I also started customizing the Jacks, and I guess Jacks previous owner, because the Jacks had LGNs had went out of business. Those are the original creators which created Jacks company. So, and Jacks is my favorite figures that I love to customize right now. But let me show you guys. Check this out. Customize Mil Mascara LJN. Can you guys guess what LJN I used to customize this? Many of the diehards right off the bat, I bet you can. But check that out. In the legendary style that he would wear with the gray and black tights, traditional Mil Mascara knee pads colored in there, the gray, and then the all gray boots, gray and black mask with the M in the middle. I mean, look at that. I think that came out pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool to have in your collection, man. Your LJN collection, just sitting there. Mil Mascaras, because Mil Mascaras traveled. He's probably one of the most, or the most famous mass superstar from Mexico to break away and go worldwide and travel all over the world and bring that style, the luchador wrestling, mainstream. He reminds me of, back then, before Rey Mysterio did. So, this guy was major. And then the whole family, Dos Caras, wow, was his brother. And then Psychedelico, I believe, is their brother too. And then Alberto Del Rio whoa, man, this family is just, they got some talent in there. So check that out. Legendary Mil Máscaras LJN figure. I think that came out pretty cool, you know? Pretty cool. So this would be nice to display with your LJN collection there. Just, you know, you gotta have them. And I also made a Mattel customized Mil Mascara. This one I painted the skin tone on there. He's in white with the white knee pads painted on, skin tones painted, white and black mask with the red M in the middle. And I think that came out pretty cool, you know? That's a pretty awesome figure. And then I painted the boots gray. So I mean, Mil Mascaras in a Mattel, you know? I like to paint the actual designs on the mask. I don't know. I think it looks cool. A lot of people they create, you know, every little single thing on there. For me, you know, I even did the little split on the back, and then I put the laces and everything in there. You can't really tell too much, but when you have it in hand, you can, you know. Then with the gray boots, it's a little bit sparkly with the gloss on the mask. You can't really tell right now, but I mean, I think that's a pretty cool Mattel Mil Mascaras. And if you guys are interested, you know where to find it. I already told you guys, the Rambros Collectibles. But my favorite, next to Tiger Mask, my favorite luchador is El Connect. And I did a El Connect custom figure. I want to show you guys right now. Check that out. He has his mask ripped with the traditional red and then gold trunks. Let me take out the belt. Just customize the belt and I threw it on there. Half Mattel, half Jax. You know, look at the knee pads that the style that El Connect would wear red and then with the gold. This I tried to customize according to his legendary match that he had with Andre the Giant. I believe it was in 1980, 84 or 82, where he's actually slammed Andre the Giant in Mexico City. Look at that. The mask is torn. I have the hair painted on there. And this is El Connect. If you guys don't know who El Connect is, man, you guys do your research and do your homework, because this guy was awesome. He slammed Andre the Giant, man. And this was before WrestleMania 3 when Hogan did. And Hogan had slammed him even prior to that. And there's so many others. Antonio Inoki who slammed him. Stan Hansen slammed Andre the Giant in Japan, you know. So, I mean, but so did El Connect. And he had a legendary battles with the great Andre the Giant in Mexico City, where he would tear his man. Andre the Giant, that's why I love Andre the Giant too, man. That guy was awesome. So we're paying tribute to these wrestlers, Mil Mascaras and El Connect. And El Connect with his mask torn, as you could see in the brutal battle that he had with Andre the Giant. Check that out. The skin tones painted on there, you know. Wow. I think that's a pretty cool figure if I do say so myself. But hey, okay. Now let me get into the other two things that I brought that, you know, I hope brings joy to you guys, and I hope it, you know, brings back memories. But my dad was a promoter of carnivals and fairs, we would call it back in the days, in California, Huntington Park, California. He was a member of the JCs, and he was a promoter of carnivals. So when you would go to the carnival, and they would have it at different parks and churches. And this particular one was at Salt Lake Park, where I had mentioned earlier, my mom had took us to the park one time. We were walking back. They had wrestling at the park, and they had the ring set up, and all the kids were in there. And I was like, whoa! We jumped in there, and I got to touch the mat, and I was just blown away. We didn't really get to stay to see the matches, but I mean, from watching it on TV with my mom on Saturday mornings, WWF, and then actually seeing a wrestling ring there just blew my mind. So then, okay, now fast forward to where my dad's promoting a fair, a carnival. You would pay $1, to throw the darts, and it would pop a balloon, and then one of the prizes there is what I'm going to show you. A couple of the things that I'm going to show you, and it would be like a poster board of the famous groups that were popular at that time, whether it be Kiss or Aerosmith and things like that. But these were one also of the prizes that you would win there for $1, and we kept it throughout all these years. And let me show you this. It was around the time WrestleMania once, I believe it was 1985, but you would be able to choose any of these painted glasses that were on there. This one depicts um, Hulk Hogan with Rowdy Piper, and then Mr. T with Bob Orton on it. The paper's already ripped, so I gotta be careful. But we kept this for all these years, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And I don't know if you guys will remember that, if you guys will ever go to the carnivals and see something like this. But man, I think it still looks pretty cool. It looks pretty awesome. Look at that. Man, dude, that doesn't that take you back to the 80s? That should trigger some memories for you guys. There, and I hope they're pretty good memories, and I hope it brings a smile to your face and raises your vibration, because it does with me, and it looks pretty cool as I'm looking at it right now. Because I love the A Team. I remember because then Mr. T is gonna wrestle from the A Team with Hulk Hogan, one of the biggest stars on TV, with probably one of the biggest star in the 80s of wrestling. Well, next to my favorite wrestler, Ric Flair, but Hulk Hogan with Mr. T. Whoa, man. So this is the one that I picked out. Let me have that one there. The one with Hulk Hogan. And we kept it all these years. Man. Cherish this, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So this is one of them. Now let me show you the other one that I got. It's not wrestling, because we said we're not going to just do wrestling all the time, even though wrestling is what I love. But let me show you this one, also from the 80s. And this one is Rambo. It, it should have been, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Rambo 2. I could be wrong, but it says Rambo. But for me, the picture looks like Rambo 2, but that one's in pretty good condition too. So I don't know if you guys would remember. You guys would remember any of these, going to the carnivals and the fairs back in 1980s and choosing one of these. So good times, fun times. Man, don't we love the 80s? So that's what I have for you guys today, and I'm just grateful that you guys were able to stop by and watch this video. Thank you very much, and I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you see these LJNs back here, let me bring a couple before you guys go. Let me show you guys a couple of these LJNs, because these LJNs were awesome back in the day, especially the Andre the Giant, and of course, let me get the Hogan out from here, and let me bring the Macho Man. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s and you were a wrestling fan, I know you guys had these. Look at these. Man, that Macho Man still looks cool. And can you believe these are over 35 years old? Or 35 years? Wow, man, I can't. Am I that old? Am I that old? Look at these. Then if you had this one, I had the long hair one too, that is depicted up there in that oil painting. That one was super cool too, man. But look at that. Look at that Andre. That is a pretty cool. That's the later year Andre, before he turned on Hulk Hogan. Man, but these were just super cool. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, when these came out, it just, man, we had to have them. We had to have these, you know. And then later on, the NWA with the Remco figures came out, and whoa, with the Road Warriors, and then Ric Flair, Larry Zbyszko, AWA. What, man? The Freebirds, man. I remember I look forward to Christmas Day. Thank God for my older brother that would, you know, get those and find those and would take us to the mall, the KB Toy Store, the Toys R Us's. Man, it brought so much joy. And that's what I try to do now with little Alex. And little Alex is going to be here on Saturday, you know, because he has something cool that he wants to share with you guys. And if he was in the last three videos that I put up, so check it out. We had stopped at Extreme Toys in Montebello, California, at the Montebello Mall, and I have a little short video there, pretty cool stuff. And then we stopped at Walmart earlier today, and we did a little video there. So check it out. It might, you might like it. You might want to go check out your Walmart after you see that little video. But check these out, man. The LJNs were the first of all, and this, bringing these ones out and sharing them with you guys. I'm thinking, man, I gotta start recollecting and adding to my LJN collection, and adding more wrestling stuff because me and Alex, we went toy hunting in the garage, so we got a lot of cool stuff that we're gonna share with you guys, later on. But I want to do little by little, custom figures here and then other toys, not just wrestling, but I got a lot of cool wrestling stuff. Because I was also a big fan of the NWA, AWA, WCCW. Man, what? Speaking of WCCW. Do you see that customized Jax WCCW with the cage on it that I customized that. And what got me into customizing was, man, I was such a big fan of WCCW, and there was no Kerry and Kevin Von Erich figures out. Then later on, no David Von Erich or Mike Von Erich. Man, so that's what got me into custom. I started making Kerry Von Erich when in 1984, when he beat the legendary Ric Flair, with the back. I forgot what you call that move, but he pinned him out for the NWA World Title at the Parade of Champions for David Von Erich. Wow. I remember when that song used to come on, doom, 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 for World Class Championship. We used to have to put it on channel 56 to be able to get that channel just to watch that. I want to share one more story with you guys, and I hope you guys don't mind, but because it's just bringing back so much memories. Back in those days, in 1985, when these figures came out, and those things that I showed you from the carnivals and stuff, all the kids in the neighborhood were wrestling fans, but you couldn't go to the store, and you couldn't buy a wrestling belt there. So all the neighborhood kids, we would make our own belts. We didn't have these replica belts. We couldn't go buy them at the store. Wrestling was barely coming out, and I don't even think the figures were out yet. But everybody would cut their belts out of cardboard. I remember my one friend. He was friends with the person that owned the auto shop, and this guy cut his belt out of cardboard, and then that guy at the auto shop, Mr. Gill from Huntington Park, across the street from Gage, wrapped his belt in leather, man, and then he put the actual, he did a little drawing, like the big green belt of the guy holding up the belt, like Hogan's belt, on there, man. Everybody was blown away. And then I remember everybody had their own designs. Me and my brother, Chaf the Creator, he made my belt. We had a bunch of just stuff from party supply stuff, and wrapped our belt all in white, almost like a Tito Santana Intercontinental belt. And we tried to put an eagle on there. And then all the kids would get together and we would wrestle. We'd meet somewhere and wrestle each other for the belts, man. It was cool. I remember mine wasn't that great, but it was just like the front plate, front cardboard, and then with the shoestring, around it, so I could tie it around my waist. But I was proud of it, man. I loved it, and I defended that title many, many of times before I lost it. And then I went home and I watched WCCW, man, right away. I remember that. And WWF, but just I remember that, man. These kids don't know about not having those things and being able to create. Well, we're all creators, right? God created us, so we're creators. We're born creators. So follow your passion, follow your creativity, and bring some joy and raise your vibration. Thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. I'm grateful for your views. Thank you so much. Hopefully, I'll bring something else that will bring you joy next time. Thank you for taking the time and being here. You are appreciated. Thank you so much.